American taxpayers live in fear of the IRS. Every year, April 15th comes and goes, and we have to get our tax returns in. We have to make sure that we have all the T's crossed, the I's dotted, all the numbers right. And yet federal agencies, according to this report, don't really have to do that.
It's shocking. 70 agencies of the U.S. government had 126 delinquent accounts, and they owed some $14 million in unpaid taxes. And apparently this has been going on for years, and everybody's just sort of looks the other way.
Well, that's the problem. It has been going on for years, and it's not an isolated incident. We're talking all of these agencies, so it's not just one agency. And let's be honest, $14 million isn't going to solve our financial woes as a country, but it's hugely symbolic when the government says, you have to pay your taxes, we're going to audit you, and especially with the new Obamacare taxes coming up, people are scratching their head going, wait a second, so I'm going to have to pay a new tax? Yet these federal agencies don't have to pay current taxes? It really is a head scratcher.
You know, and when you think about it, private companies and citizens, you know, that pay into the payroll taxes, these businesses, you know, that money would fall to their bottom line if they didn't have to set that money aside. So with these federal agencies, where's the money, where's it going?
Well, who knows where it's going, but, you know, look at its Medicare taxes, Social Security taxes, and these are two trust funds that need the money. I mean, we're running out of money in Social Security. You know, Medicare, there's a big debate about how do we fix Medicare. Well, first of all, let's have the agencies pay into the Medicare fund so we can figure out how to fix it.
So where's it? I mean, is anybody trying to do anything? I mean, you know, it's one thing to sit here and say, gee, that's shocking and awful, but is anything going to come of it?
Well, you're going to have a few members of Congress probably look into it for maybe a month or so, and then it'll fade away. And that's the problem with Congress and the government, is that the Inspector General, they do great work, and this is the entity that put this report out. They do fantastic work, but there's no follow-up. And it's really frustrating because the taxpayers want to see the follow-up. And that's why we're seeing this growing disconnect between citizens, taxpayers, and Washington, D.C.
Yeah, and people find it pretty shocking. You know, $14 million, as you say, when you look at the big budget, it sounds like a drop in the bucket, but $14 million is not worth pursuing, and yet there's time and energy to pursue individuals in that way that seems boundless. David, thanks
ask anybody in this country if $14 million is a lot, and they say, absolutely.
You bet it is. David, thank you very much for bringing this to our attention. Good to talk to you this morning. Maybe some congressman or congresswoman will take that one up.
How about that? For $14 million, they might. Consider it.